Okay. All right, let's close some of these here. I don't need this open or that. All right, how is everybody tonight? We're going to do some Facebook training, what I like to call Facebook camp. And really, this is the thing that is really going to take your business to the next level. The most important thing that I think is needs to be stressed over and over is that when you're on Facebook, you want to spend your time very wisely, and you want to be very intentional with what you're doing. For instance, we're going to go start off here on our Fraenckel's page. Everyone who's online tonight, and I want to welcome everybody. Everyone who's online tonight is a member of Fenway, and if they're not, then obviously you've been invited specially, and that's all right. But regardless of that, this is my home team page, and once you start building a team, you really want to start adding your members to a group page that's a private page that only members of your team can see. And this way you really have an area where you can share things, people can ask questions, you can add up files, and all kinds of questions can be asked privately just amongst the members themselves. And everyone in our upline has one of these, and I would really recommend everyone start one of those. Even if you've only got 2 or 3 consultants under you, you can just start it. You don't even have to add members yet, but you can just kind of start to learn what you want to post up and start adding files and things like that. So when your team is big enough, you can really, from the get-go, open up your page and boom, you've already got everything there. And that's what Vic and I did. And when I say Vic and I mean literally. It's just Vic that did all of the uploading for me. Hold on, I've got a question. 1 second. Okay, so hopefully if everyone is able to hear us, please just let me know. If you can't, just private message me real quick, and we will try and get on that as fast as possible. But anyway, this is our home page. This is Fenway. And as I said, we really want to be intentional. So we're going to start off here in Fenway. And the key things that I'm going to point out tonight that is going to make your life easier. First thing I want to show you here is the magnifying glass. And on some of the applications for Facebook, you won't find that. For instance, the Facebook app itself on iPad does not have this. So therefore, you're going to want to log in through Safari or Puffin or one of the other browsers, and if you're on your iPad. If you're on a regular computer, it shouldn't be a problem. But see over here, this is the magnifying glass, and you're just going to click on that, and let me show you the wonderful things you can do with this. What it's going to do is you're going to type something in, like for instance, upcoming is convention. So let's just write convention in here and hit response, hit enter, and what's going to happen is every single conversation that has been on Fenway is going to come up discussing that particular issue. Like here, hope you're all going to convention. Now on this particular group, it's smaller because I'm not as big time yet as somebody like, for instance, Jody and Jonathan, but let's just click over to them. If you were on Jammers, they have almost 1,000 members on Jammers, okay? And so for a conversation on Jammers, like if we wanted to hit, let's try Spanish call. See how many conversations have been up about something like, call in Spanish. You would find all kinds of information here that people have had, and all the questions that you probably are thinking in your head have been answered over and over and over by all kinds of, as you can see, conversations that people have had about something like that. But the point being is that you use the magnifying glass, type in whatever it is that you're looking for, and it's going to bring up all of the different conversations that have had anything to do with that particular topic. So we want to make sure you're utilizing that. Now the next thing I want to show you guys up here is files. Now these are files that have been uploaded, again by Vic, that have all the different files that we've uploaded on pretty much every single possible thing that you might have, conversations that might have come up or things that you really want to look at. And what I want to, let's just, how to grow your team. Now this is a great one to look at. Let's just click on this real quick. How to grow your team. Now this is going to talk about the most important way to grow your team in the first 30 days. This was copied and basically pasted from Tracy Bonds, who's in our direct upline and is in the $1 million circle. Why is this important? Well, how did she get to the $1 million circle? Because this woman is very intentional, knows what she's doing, so we all want to duplicate what she's doing. So this is her little bullet points here on what we should all be doing in the first 30 days. If you haven't done this, do it. I recommend highly that you read through this file. Now there's hundreds of files. Let's just go back to the files here. Hundreds of files in Fenway, and I'm not telling you guys you got to memorize all of this stuff, but you know what, maybe every day before you go to bed, pick one and read it and just kind of move on and take some time and be intentional on what we're doing here. One of the other things I want to point out here is events. Click on that and it's going to show you events that are upcoming, like for instance tonight's Facebook training. It's going to talk about, if you click on it, what's going on, what time it is, what the fuse information is to log on, and things like that. One thing I want to make sure that we know is that on just not my particular things, we also know on Jammers that events are important that are going on there. Once you guys become a member of Fenway, I immediately add you to all of our uplines their group pages, like Jody and Jonathan's Jammers, like Wendy's Glow and Grow, Debbie Coder's Dream Team, etc. So all the way up. Why do I do that? Well, every single one of those people obviously is a Lexus driver. Every single one of those people is RFX, because Jody and Jonathan just got that last week. But we want to duplicate what they're doing. But one of the things that is capable with them is, like I said, we're a smaller group and we don't have as many events going on, but they do. For instance, one of our directs was very, very good about this. She went on and looked at one of the files in Jammers and saw that she was down in Richmond and there was an event going on there with the Redskins. She went to that, put a booth together, and did awesome at that particular thing. And how did she know about it? Well, it was an event that was on Jammers. So it gives you the opportunity to look at the different events on these different group pages all over the country. And that's really, really an awesome thing to do. You know, for instance, there was another thing that's going on down in Tulsa. And if you've got somebody down in Tulsa that you know of and you saw the event, you can let Debbie Coder, who's an RFXer, do the work for you and actually have her, invite your people, or not so much invite, you've invited them, but have her talk about the business without you even having to worry about it. So that's a great, great thing to do. But these events are important. And when I say that, I stress that because, before Vic and I ever did 1 minute online like we're doing tonight, we went every single Tuesday. We drove down in this Northern Virginia traffic down to Fredericksburg. With those who are online and don't know how far away that is, it's not that far if you look on a map, but with the Washington, D.C. traffic, it took us at least 40 to 45 minutes every single Tuesday to get down there to listen to Jody and Jonathan present the business opportunity and to talk about training, so that we got to the point where it helped us to communicate better about the business and about the products until the point came where we felt we could start doing it ourselves. And we were very intentional with doing that because we wanted to be successful. Where did we learn that? Well, that's what Jody and Jonathan did. So we're just trying to duplicate what they did. If you ever wonder whether or not someone is on our team or on our entire group up in Jammers or in any of those kind of things, you can either click here on members, or you can go up to, like, let's go back to Jammers, and I can type somebody's name in here and find a member. Like, for instance, I'll type in Roy, because one of my girlfriends there. And look, it'll show me, oh, you know what, she's actually on our upline, and it lets us know. Not that it's a huge deal, but it's a great way to finding somebody quickly, is to go through the members thing. And once you start growing your own team, you'll go to each one of these different group pages. You'll go over to add people, and then you'll type in the name of your new consultant. All right, now let's go back over to Fenway. All right. And again, this is a smaller, intimate, more, just smaller group because there's not as many of us yet, where you can ask questions that you might think are stupid and you don't want to get called out online on Dream Team or one of those. So you can just post a question. Hey, has anybody experienced this or that? And just ask a question, and then all of the members that are on Fenway will answer you back, because we're all going to get those notifications up here in our Facebook notifications section. Also, another reason why we add you to all of these group pages is not just the events, but every single solitary month on all of our upline, there are incentives and giveaways that are important that we all know about. Last month alone, Wendy Green gave away over $1,000 on Glow and Grow. Now, guys, Vic and Eydie only gave around $300 in incentive last month. We're not as big time as Wendy is, but we hope to get there. But these are important things to know about, and they're easy incentives, easy way of getting in the drawings. For instance, if you move your CRP and your pulse up to the 1st, or if you fill your buckets by, the 10th of the month, those kind of things. So we really want to make sure that we're keeping on top of those incentives, because it's just easy money and for doing basically what you're going to do anyway, and a great way of earning some easy cash. Let's see. Let's go over here. Okay, this is something else that's really important. Sarah Robbins is our top money earner. Sarah, as when you guys all became consultants, you got added onto her newsletter, which you should get in your email every single, usually it's about once a month she sends out something. But this is her Team Rockin' Robbins page, and this is awesome. Actually, I'm not sure this is the right one. This isn't it, is it? No, we want to make, hold on one second, guys. It's teamrockinrobbins.com. Whoops. All right. So, that's not it either. What did I spell wrong, guys?
No.
No G.
Sorry. Thanks, Jody.
No problem.
All right. Let's try that. I'm obviously not a professional. All right. And the username is team. This is actually, I'm glad this happened, because then we can do it together. The username is team, and the login is team. Now, guys, she has spent a lot of time putting this together. Oh, my cookie blocked it. Let's try it again. And a lot of incredible, useful resources that are here that we want to make sure that we're taking advantage of. Awesome. Okay, look at this. Just for instance, okay? Now, this woman is a kindergarten teacher, guys, and she's very organized and breaks everything down really, really well. First thing I want you to notice is this attention to team members here, okay? And this is the newsletter that I've already added y'all to, and I think I've got one new consultant that I have not added her to that yet, but I will do that tomorrow. All right, so that is how you get the newsletter. This is where you would go to add your new consultant to the newsletter. This is the live training. Every time we have live training, people might wonder, where do I get those phone numbers from? How do I find all that? Well, here's all of that listed right here, and that's where the information is. So you don't have to post that to Dream Team or anything and look like a moron because you don't know where it is. I don't want my teammates looking like they're idiots. It's all right here. I've shown you how to get there. All right. Okay, training videos. If you do nothing else, watch these videos. This woman is the bomb, and she very quickly goes through all of these things. Take 20 minutes while you're having coffee. Talks about right here what to do when you're getting started, okay? Launching your business, how to host an event, how to host, how to talk to people, working your contact list, prospecting, closing. These are important. How to close the deal. Most of us are not in sales. We don't know how to do this. We're not coming out of the used car business We are, nurses and doctors and moms and people who are in the Army and whatnot. These are things we want to know how to do. Product training, this is awesome, tells you how to do the products, what the products, really are about. But let's take the time and just watch these 6 small videos and really, really help yourself to push your business forward. Okay, and then she's got resources here. Great way. Memory jogger, this is a great thing. When we say send out 200 emails, what are we talking about? I don't know 200 people. Yes, you do. Click on this. It's a memory jogger, help you to find people that you can just send out an email to, because you never know who the next Debbie Coder or the next Wendy Green or the next Jody or hopefully the next Eydie is you want to make sure that you are reaching out to them. So just take a moment to go through these resources that she's really put out here efficiently for all of us. It's a great tool. Use them. That's my advice, okay? All right, let's go back over here to Facebook. Now, Facebook is run by an algorithm. I do not know how it works. I could have Vic come back in the room and explain it, but I'm not going to bore y'all. So what happens essentially is that the way Facebook runs, the bottom line is that the stuff that you are liking, the stuff you are commenting on, those are the people that your stuff, the things in your personal news feed, are going to show up on their pages. So, in other words, if you're spending your time liking and commenting on other Rodan and Fields people's pages and their stuff, guess where your stuff is going to show up? It's going to show up on other Rodan and Fields pages. And guess what? That is not going to grow your business. So when I say I want you to use Facebook very intentionally and very effectively, that means you need to be liking and commenting on prospects. How do we do that? All right, well, let's go over here. We're going to create a list. 1 second. Okay. All right, so let's just say we're going to, you've got somebody that you want to add to a list. Let me think of a name of somebody that I don't know that's not on anything. Okay, let's try this person right here, Holly Leachman. All right, Holly Leachman. So, okay, I want her to see my stuff, and I want to add her to a list. Well, I'm going to create a prospect list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Friends. See this little Friends button? I'm going to pull this tab down, and then I'm going to go to add her to another, actually this isn't, yeah, add her to another list. Okay. Now, I've already created a list called prospects or potential consultants, so I can do that. As you can see, I've also got a direct consultants. These are the people that are on my team that I go on and comment on and like, so that their stuff, again, once you comment or like on it, it's going to go up to the top of the newsfeed. That's why we do that. Okay, but I want to actually start a new list. I don't see it on here. Why is I'm not? Yeah.
At the bottom
Usually at the bottom it would say, this is not my computer. I'm doing it on Vic's. So, what?
That's why. Because
Well,
he's restricted.
Because Vic's restricted it. Oh goodness. All right, it's okay. It should say right here. It would say start a list. So you would click that, and then we're just going to add it to prospects. And if you guys have a problem with this, just private message me. But let's just go to prospects. Okay, so it would say add a list, and then you would literally just add that person to that list, to the new list, start it, and then from there it will have a place where it will say add new members to this list. And that's exactly what you want to do. But let's go over to home for a second so I can show you this. Now over here it will show up on your new list. See, here's my groups. Yeah, that's okay, babe. Sorry. So anyway, so like here's my different groups. These are all private. Nobody can see what's on there unless you're a member. Okay? So let's pick prospects, which I just had here. Okay, so the only person that we had on this list so far is Holly Leachman. Okay, so now we want to add people to this list. There you go. And it has people suggested, like I could add Kate Schleicher, I could add Elise Kelly, Kenny Rains, all these people. So I would literally just type their name in and then add it, hit return, and it would go there. And then every single day, and when I say every day, I mean every single day, because I'm very intentional when I am on Facebook. I do not spend an hour and a half on Facebook. I spend about 15 to 20 minutes doing this every single day. I go down to my potential consultants, and I literally go through here. Oh, look, she tried to do this. Wonderful. I say like. I go down to this person here. Oh, she added a video. Cute. And then I might even say, oh, that's adorable. Okay? Now what happens? My stuff is going to show up on Lisa Tracy's newsfeed as well as Stephanie Townsend. That's how you work your business. I'm very intentional. I do not go to the news feed, the general news feed, very often. I spend time on my prospects list and I spend time on my team's list. Unless you have a team, you don't need to worry about that yet. So spend a lot of time on your prospect list. I think what I've discovered is that most lists only let you have about 50 people in it. That would be why Eydie has a .com list, why I have a prospects list, why I have a potential consultants list, because I've got more than 50 people that I am prospecting. But that's what is the most important thing. So when I'm on Facebook, I'm very intentional with my time. I am literally working the business by liking and commenting. I can do that in front of the TV. I can do that, while I'm making dinner or whatever. But I am not spending my time doing things that are not money-making business opportunities. And just perusing through and liking and commenting on other Rodan and Fields people's stuff is not going to work for me. Yeah, I want to reiterate about that. Thanks, Joe. Why? Well, because now, again, let's reiterate, my stuff is now going to show up in their news feed. You may have discovered when you're perusing through Facebook that you have to go a long way before you see somebody's comments or somebody's post that you haven't seen in a while. Well, the answer is because with this algorithm, you have not liked or commented on their stuff, so it's way down the bottom of your news feed. You may also discover that you see the same post 4 or 5 times. You're like, what the heck, I just saw that. Well, the reason is because every time somebody likes or comments on a particular post, it gets shot right back up to the top of the news feed. And they've had all kinds of research that has discovered that people need to see something about 8 to 10 times before they buy it. Now, I've had a lot of people that have seen 1 or 2 posts of mine and called me or private messaged me and said, hey, make me beautiful. I've also had people that I have talked to just this week. I had 2 new PCs that have called me and said, hey, I've been watching your stuff since January. And I'm like, literally? Seriously? You've been watching since January? And they're finally just calling me. Well, there's a reason why we get an average of 8. Some people see it 1 time. Some people got to see it 20, 30, 40 times before they decide to buy. But, why do we still run Coca-Cola ads during the Super Bowl? Well, because they've discovered that people buy more when they actually see it over and over again. So this is why we're very intentional with our time. This is why Facebook is worth it. It doesn't cost me a dime to do this. I don't have to spend any time on advertising or an office or overhead. I've got a computer. I can do it on my phone. I can do it on my laptop or my iPad. But it's very important. Sarah Robbins says, spend your time doing income-producing activity. 3 different ways to do this. Number 1, invite somebody to try your product and share about the products with them. Number 2, invite someone to hear about your business and to share about the business opportunity with them. And number 3, follow up, follow up, follow up. I made 2 phone calls today on people that had mentioned to me that at some point in time they wanted to get with me and talk about the business, and one of them about the products. Well, they were going to get back to me and whatnot, and they, get busy. Lives happen. So what did I do? I followed up with them. And what happened turns into, new PC, new consultant. So you need to not be afraid to take control of your business, because you know what, guys? Ultimately, I can sit here and talk all night and tell you what to do, but it's your business, and you're the one that's going to push it forward into the next level, and you guys are the next level 5s out there. But all I can do is come alongside you and try and help, and that's what Vic and I are here for. And we obviously want to help every one of you grow and to be the just really seriously, we pray about this a lot, is that just you know, we think that every one of you that is on our team was put there for a reason, that the Lord put you guys on our team, and that we are supposed to help you, and just not because you want the money, but because you're going to achieve the dreams that you guys have been thinking about for a long time, and this is going to make it happen. And in the next 3 years, if you do what we're telling you to do, this is going to change your life. It is. It's going to absolutely change your lives. Vic and I have seen this in the first 8 months that we've been doing this, and we've seen it with our, you know, 2 of our best friends. That, you know, I just, Jody and I sit down and we laugh about it all the time when we think about 16 months ago that she was working so hard, Jonathan was working so hard, and now we just laugh about how much money they're making every single month. And Vic and I, we cried. We got our last check. We cried when we saw it. It was crazy. So, did I leave anything out, Jode? Kathleen, anything? No. Well, I want to take some questions. So I'm going to go back and hopefully figure out how to unmute everybody. So if you give me 2 minutes, I will get my husband in here and he will hopefully show me what to do. How do I go back to where everybody is and see? You can just PM me if you've got a question, and then we can try and unmute you.
Click on the H microphone.
See, Vic, you better never die on me, because I don't know how I'd figure out how to do all this. Y'all can do this yourself, but nobody has any questions? Jenna doesn't have a mic, but I have a question. When you add people to the potential, hold on, Jenna. Let me read your question, boo. Hey, everybody, this is our new Canadian consultant. She's going to be the first level 5 in Canada. I can feel it already. All right, hold on, Jenna. Let me see what she says, when you add people to the potential consultant list, the selected people do not know that. Okay, what a great question. I'm about to embarrass myself, but you know what? Funny is funny, and even if it's on me, I swear I'll tell the joke. Okay, so great question, Jenna. Okay, so yes, the answer is no, they cannot see that, and that is a wonderful, wonderful question. A group is completely different than a list. A list is just for you privately. Only you can see it. It's a way to manage your the news feeds of your friends. So you can have a family list, or you can have, you know, a potential consultant list or a direct consultant list. And then there are group pages, which all of you are a member of. Group pages is where everybody on that list knows, or in that group rather, knows that they are a member of that group. So Eydie went to Facebook camp at Jody's house, and Jody gets so many questions from people because, God love her, she's so wonderful. She answers everybody. And as her, you know, one of her best friends, I don't like to bug her because I know how often she gets questions. And I thought, I'm smart enough, I can figure this out. So I did not create a group, a list of potential consultants. I created a group called Potential Consultants. And then I invited about 50 people that I thought would be really, really good at this business. Jody's already laughing behind my back again. And I invited them. And guess what? Here's the really funny part. About 5 people joined the group. Yes. I don't think they had any idea what they were joining, but I had to then cancel the group and uninvite everybody because I made a complete boo-boo. So huge difference between a group and a list. A list is like what we said earlier. You go over to, let me just do it one more time because that's a great question. Would I go to home, Vic? Nope. Hold on one second, guys, because I want to show you how to do it. Vic, can you come here real quick, baby?
Yeah.
All right, go down here. Thanks. Okay, let's do it one more time because this is important so that you don't screw up like I did. Okay, so we're going to go up to the top. You're going to type in somebody's name. Let's do, who do I, okay. Yeah, she's not on an email list. Carol McCracken. Although I think she actually is on some list I have. But anyway, okay. So what I would do is I would type in Caroline, then I'd go to friend, okay? And then I would click down to add to another list because I've already got lists, which on this one it wouldn't let me do it. And I would select which one I want to add her to. She did not go to St. John's University with me, so I will not add her to that one. But I would literally add her to one of the lists like prospects, okay? So then when I go back up to, let's go back up to home.
Hey, Eydie, can I pause you there? Can I pause
over
you
here?
just,
I've
can
got,
you hear me?
Somebody asked me.
okay, hold on. I would go to that particular list down here, and it would show she's now on my prospects list that we just created. Okay, it would show people. Okay, so it's got 2 members now. See how we added both of those? All right. Anybody have another question? Yeah, how do I go back to that, baby?
Confuse me.
That's that.
I don't think I have a microphone. Do I have a microphone?
Yeah, y'all, I can, whoever just said that, I can hear you. Is that Stephanie?
Oh, that is me. I wasn't sure because I was talking earlier and I don't think you could hear me. But it was the same question. When you were showing the add a list, can I do the same thing? Can I add them as a friend and uncheck them?
Say that again, Steph. I missed you because Vic was showing me something.
When you went to Facebook and you searched on me, say you searched on Stephanie Joshi and you added me to a list and it checked it next to that list name,
Uh-huh.
do you remove them the same way? Meaning like I was
Exactly.
on your...
That's exactly
Okay.
the same way that you remove them. You can add people to multiple lists by clicking on that and check. Like, supposing you went to St. John's with me, Steph, I could also have you on my St. John's list, and I could also have you on my direct consultants list.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking when I go from being a potential consultant to being a consultant, you want to uncheck me from one and add me to another, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what you do. You go in and, and remove you. You would just unclick it.
Got it.
Anybody
Hey, Eydie,
else?
can you hear me?
Who's that?
This is Bridget.
Hey, Bridget!
Hi! So when are you going to come down here and show us?
Oh, Jody and I are planning a road trip. I'm coming down to see you. I'm going to have a big BBL for you guys.
Okay, yes, okay. Hey, okay, so I got what you showed us on adding prospects to our page
Uh-huh.
or our list. What can you repeat again how we need to like and comment on them?
Absolutely. Okay, let's go back. Let's do that again. Okay, so for instance, now I've got my list, right, guys? I've got my list of potential consultants, okay? So here they are. What does this show? This is my potential consultant list, and it shows all of the members in the list over here. And what this is now here is the news feed of just those people, okay? So for instance, let me scroll down. This is like Lisa Marinucci. She's someone that I think would be good at this business. So I'm going to go on and I'm going to like what she did or comment on it or do both. And I'm going to, every day, Bridget, I go through this every single day. Now, I'm intentional, so I don't like the fact that she said happy birthday to, these are 2 girls I went to high school with. I don't do that. But these are all people. Tina Slocum is a girl I went to high school with. These are people that I literally go through. They're on this list, and every day I scroll through and I like and or comment on their stuff. Why? Because then my posts show up in their news feed. So if I was sitting at this girl Lisa Tracy's computer and I was logged in as Lisa Tracy, you can better believe it that Eydie Fraenckel's stuff shows up on her newsfeed because I go in there and I like and I comment on her stuff. I'm very intentional about that. I spend the time doing that. And that's what you need to do is to make sure that's how you prospect. Is they will then, you don't even need to talk to them. They will see your posts. They'll see your kids and they will also see your Rodan and Field stuff. And that is what will happen, and that's how you can seriously just run your business. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it seems like you're double doing it when you add them to your list. I thought they'd already be getting your
No,
stuff.
that's a private list, hun. It helps you to manage your
Gotcha. So
your
other
Facebook.
people-
It doesn't
yeah.
do anything except put all those people in one news feed that makes it more efficient for you to go in and like and comment or to see what they're doing. You know,
I gotcha.
this is a great tool to use as a bit for business, but not everybody is using Facebook for business. They sometimes have lists just to see what their family is doing. If I just want to see what my family's doing, I would make a list of just family members, and then I can peruse through what my family members are doing very quickly and efficiently without having to scroll through the whole news feed.
Gotcha.
You understand?
Yes.
So it's there, Bridge, so you can literally use it efficiently, but you still have to do the work, quote unquote work, of going in and commenting and liking on the stuff. That is what in the algorithm sends your stuff into their newsfeed. Creating the list itself doesn't do anything.
Right. On a daily basis?
I do it every single day. And when I
Okay.
don't do it, when I skip a day, I can't sleep. I'm like, I didn't do that today. I didn't do that today. But
Gotcha.
why do I do that? That's because that's what I've watched Jody and Jonathan do that. I've watched, our other upline do that. And really, if you have a partner in this, if a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend, it really helps if you divide it. One of you take one of the lists. Like I said, it only allows 50, I think only allows 50 people in each list. So Vic will take one list and I'll take the other list. Or Vic will take our direct consultants and I'll take the potential consultants list. And it's important for, once you guys start growing your team, to make sure that you are liking and commenting on your consultants, because we want their stuff to go to the top of the newsfeed again. So I'm very intentional about going in on my team and making sure that I comment on, your Rodan and Fields things, because I want that to go back up to the top of the newsfeed so people will see it.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Anybody have another question?
Hey, Eydie, this is Lucio.
Hey, Lucio.
Hey, Bridget.
Hi, Lucia.
Lucio and Bridget are married, for those that don't know, and Lucio's got 2 online calls right now, and he's listening on his cell phone. So
I finished the other ones. I couldn't work all 3 of them at the same time. I had to mute one. Eydie, my question is, so when you go in and like or say a comment or something on somebody, somebody in the little file that you made,
okay.
you only got to do it once a day for that file, or
I would just do it once a day. You don't need to kill yourself with this, okay? This business is easy, and when we say it's easy, we mean it. It's really just once a day. I usually do it in bed, when I'm, watching the news or something. I'll go through
family show. This is a family show. Don't be talking about what you're doing in bed.
Okay, so wherever I am, if I'm making dinner or whatever, but I will do it. It's literally just once a day. It does vary when it is, but generally speaking, it's at nighttime when the kids are in bed. I will go on and I will literally just like and comment on both of those 2 lists. And so it makes my stuff show up in their newsfeed, and it also makes sure that my direct consultants are getting their stuff looked at least one more time. Because if once you post it, if no one likes it or comments, it just goes down in the newsfeed. But the minute someone likes or comments, boom, it gets shot right back up to the top. And again, that's why sometimes you see the same thing 3 or 4 times when you are just scrolling through your whole newsfeed.
But I think I'm still kind of confused.
Okay.
When you make the little friends like box on the side, you got to still open that up and click each friend, or you just click that?
No, that's Lucio. Here. Let's go back. That's why you create that, because this group here, this potential consultants, okay, this particular list that I've made under the friends, okay, this particular list then shows me the news feed just of those people that are those potential consultants that I'm prospecting. So It gets rid of everybody else on the news feed. It makes it very efficient for me to be able to now just look down through here, like comment on all this stuff.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
it makes my time much more efficient. Like I said, we are trying to be intentional with our time, and we're not trying to, spend a lot of time doing this because I want to live my life. That's one of the things I love, love, love about this particular business.
Okay. Thank you.
Did everybody get that?
So,
Anybody have
Eydie,
any other?
yeah, this is Bridget again. I'm so sorry.
Okay, babe.
Okay, there are pictures that I see that are posted that I just think are just so awesome. How
Got it.
can I get those pictures, those before and after pictures, on my Bridget's
Okay.
Body Repair for
Great.
people to see?
Great. Okay. Now it depends upon your particular computer that you're using, and your particular, I use an iPad, so it's easy. So if I were to try
I'm
to
dedicating the iPad to this. Yes.
Okay, so on the iPad, which I can't show you because I don't have my iPad hooked up to this, but on the iPad, Bridget, for instance, let's just pick one here. Let's find a picture. All right, like here. Okay, now on the iPad, Bridge, you literally can you see the screen, hun?
Yes.
Say this was on the iPad. Right here where it says timeline photos, there would be three dots.
Okay.
In the lower left corner. You then click on those three dots. And what happens is it comes up and says save photo, and you click save photo. What then happens is on your iPad is it saves it in your photos. So you've got that in your photos. Those three little dots when they come up. Now, if people are on and they don't have that, what you would do then is you would literally go on here and I guess click the right, yeah, see how if I right click it says save image as, you would then save it and put it in your files. And then when you go up to your particular, if we went to Eydie, like here, say we're at Bridget's Body Repair, you would go to photo, I would add that photo, okay? And then I would, so I have to go to, but again, like, let's just pick something. Oh, look, there's Andy and, whatever. Here, let's pick that one. I think that's Megan and Sadie. But I'd click that, although I'm on Vic's thing. I don't know how to do it, so let me not do this.
Right.
But you would literally
I'll play around.
Bridge, seriously, that's the way to do it. But you would add that photo. It would ask you, where do you want to add it from? And usually on the iPad, just add it from your photos. And
you don't want to do photo upload. You want to click on status as though you were adding a new status. And when you click on status, you don't have to write anything because I know it's fixed page. See, you can type whatever your message is and then see the little camera at the bottom center.
Right.
You click on the little camera at the bottom center, and then you add a photo to your comment, and that's a post versus a.
Okay, so this is if what Stephanie's saying is if you have not an iPad. So if you don't have an iPad, you would click status, then you would click on and write what you want, then you would click on the camera, and then you would add this there.
Okay. But on the iPad, I would upload the photo, right?
You would just click on the photo, Bridge. Literally, it will
on the iPad. Okay.
When it says add, you would go to photo, like this, and then you'd click on this, and the next option would be from your. Mine says from my Dropbox or from my albums, and I would just click albums. It takes you right to your photos.
Okay.
Like I have now on my iPad, I have different albums. I've got Unblemished. I've got Reverse. I've got business opportunity ones because I've taken time and got after like you do when I go through different news feeds because sometimes I just like I need some new pictures and I'll go through the news feed where there's a lot of RNF pictures, the regular news feed, and I'll just go ooh like that, ooh I like that, I like that. The other thing I do is very often if I think the person has written something really awesome about it, I will also take a screenshot and I will, so I can copy what the person wrote because I'm not going to use it tomorrow. I'm going to use it, a week from now or whatever. That way I know it goes with that particular.
That's true. Yeah, good idea. Okay, thank you.
Because I forget. Like I can tell whether it's Reverse or Unblemished, but you know what? One of them might be I use reverse in the morning, and I use redefine at night, and I use the roller with it. So I want to take a screenshot of that so that I know that that goes right with it. And what it will do is in your photo album, it will put the picture and then that screenshot right next to each other so that I know when I upload that, boom, I can see the picture that's with it,
Gotcha.
the information. And that is a wonderful way of knowing what's on there. And then I just make it my own because, you know, somebody's like, this is my friend so-and-so. Well, I probably don't know that person, so I don't write it if I don't know the person. But one thing you want to make sure, guys, and this is so important because, again, I have done this, and I think it was with my very, very first Facebook post I ever did, was I hit this little button right here that says share because Jody had a great post. So I just shared it. And then what happened was I had this great picture with a great, note on it. And then at the bottom, it had Jody's website. So Jode sent me a private message. She's like, hey, really great post, except you probably don't want to be sending people to my website. So don't share stuff because then everything that they have up there is going to go, including their website. So we don't want to do that. Just copy and paste. I mean, it's not that difficult to do. We know how to copy and paste. Just go on, go boop, copy, paste, and then, copy the picture and put it in. All right, but just make sure you don't share. And every once in a while, you'll see that somebody has shared, and I've gone on there and private messaged the person and been like, oh, I'm sure you didn't mean to do this, but... So make sure you don't do that. It takes 2 extra seconds to copy and paste. Any other questions? Well, I've already did. I talked about the files, but Vic just want to mention the files in Fenway, but we did talk about that. And again, the one thing that I don't like about Facebook, and I really, I have to tell you guys, I think that it's really an amazing tool, and there's very few things to complain about. But again, when you use the magnifying glass, it will bring up conversations that you put in. Unfortunately, when we click on the files and you use the magnifying glass, it does not find the file that you want. You do have to peruse through it. But my point with all that is please take the time at least to read the title of each of these files that we have. Because then you're going to go, oh, you know what? I think there's a file for that. And you guys can just look through it. 90-day plan, your first 90 days in the business. Code of ethics, that's important. CRP, why is it important? Prospect list jogger. Salon potential. If you know somebody who runs a salon, oh my gosh, great person to have on your team. Reverse versus Abaji. Okay, we all know people probably that are using Abaji. And they'll tell you, oh, why should I use reverse instead of that? Guess what, guys? I got a file on that. Explaining the generations, all that different kind of stuff. So just at least, if you can't read all the files, obviously, in the first few months, I don't expect you to do that, but do at least go through and read the gosh darn titles of it. Like, if you're going to hold a BBL, if you've never done one before, right there, it tells you what to do in a BBL if you can't do it. Now, when I put that up in March, Vic and I were not doing them online like this. We do them every other week. Take advantage of that. Let us talk about the business to your prospects until you're ready to do it. I mean, use us. That's what Vic and I did. We brought people down to Fredericksburg with us. Was it a pain in the butt? Yes. Did people like Stephanie, who's on tonight, did she come down with us? She did. But it was worth it because, we didn't know enough about the business, and Jody and Jonathan did. So anyway, just take the time and look through these. And like I said, read the directions. All right? Read the directions. Read the titles of the different files. Does anyone have any other questions?
Yeah, I got one more, Lucio again. Where do we find stuff? And it's maybe in these files here. I don't know. Like the other day, we had the men's question and answer session. Where do we find the video of it?
Okay.
Audio.
We post that stuff in Fenway Fraenckel's. Excuse me. Like, for instance, if you look, okay, so if you go to photos, actually, I don't think that was linked there.
I saw it on your Fenway thing.
Yeah, here it is. Like a thing about replay. So here it is. The guys talk, and there's the replay number right there.
Okay.
It's all there. We're gonna post it. It may take you a minute, again, though, Lucio, you could literally just go to Fenway Fraenckel's and then type in on the magnifying glass, Guy, like watch, G-U-I, and there it is, see? Guy Talk call tonight, replay number, blah, blah, blah. So use the tools that Facebook has for us. Use that magnifying glass if you have a question and you're having a hard time finding something. Anybody else? Was this helpful? I just want to ask, does everybody think this was helpful? Because
Absolutely.
We try to do team training that is beneficial for the team. So, and if anybody has any other ideas of stuff that we should do in the future, let us know, and we'll try and definitely direct our team training towards that. Next week we're going to do a BBL, and the following week Vic's going to probably go over the compensation plan again, unless somebody has some great ideas of what we should do instead. And if you've watched the compensation training and you didn't really understand it, don't worry. I will call somebody out. It took her 3 times to figure out how it worked, and that was not me. But it is really amazing, and that's one of the reasons why Vic and I got involved, is because this particular company does what no other direct sales company does. We go 5 generations down, plus your direct, which makes it 6, but then when you get to RFX, which Jody and Jonathan are, you get to go to your 7th generation down there, and there is absolutely no whatsoever boundaries on how wide you can go. I mean, I'm sitting next to a woman here who has almost 70 directs in 15 months, and that is amazing. And by the way, she can get 70 more this year, and that's all there is to it. So there is no stipulation on how far you can go wide, and we all want to go deep, but we all want to go wide and deep, because you never know who your next Jody or Wendy or Debbie is going to be. And again, we're all so blessed because the team that we are on is just incredibly successful, up. And I can't tell you how many people I've met at conventions or different places that are on teams who cannot get their directs on the phone. And that is not the situation with us. We've got incredible support all the way up the line, really all the way up to Sarah Robbins. And we are only 11 away from Sarah. Jody's 10. And that is incredible that we're that close to the top, guys. So we really want to take advantage of all this and just kill this business like I know all of you are going to do. So you did the right thing tonight, and just, by showing up and being online is so encouraging to me, just to know that you guys are very intentional about your business. So now let's go on Facebook and make sure we can use this incredible tool to work our business. So unless there's any other questions, I appreciate it. And appreciate y'all coming on, and this is my first Facebook training, and I appreciate you guys being kind enough to listen in, and I'm sorry for all my mistakes, but it'll hopefully go better next time. So, all right, I love y'all, and I'll keep praying for you, and let's go get them. All right, night, guys.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bridget.
Yes.
Hey, stay on.
We won't unmic you yet, so you two can talk, but don't talk too dirty.
I'm gonna play around on the computer.
Okay, I'm gonna play around on my computer too.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later, babe.
Okay, it's computer playing.
Okay, the boys are gone, so I have a chance to do this. Okay.
Okay.
All righty. Bye.
Bye.